Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to another edition of At Home with George. And today we are going to be talking about what in your previous life, i.e., pre-quarantine, BC, before Corona, what did you take for granted, and what do you appreciate more now? Let me know. I'm going to take some calls on Insta as well. So if you want to join me on Insta and have a chat with me there today, please send in your requests to join the conversation. And I hope the people on YouTube will still be able to listen as well. So yes, today's topic is what did you take for granted BC, before Corona and before the quarantine, and what do you appreciate more now? So one thing that I took for granted was obviously domestic help and support, and I didn't appreciate them probably enough in Karachi in Pakistan, and now I certainly appreciate the level of hard work they do every day, because I'm having to do it myself. Well, Kieran and I are having to do it, and I really, so I took them for granted, and I appreciate the fact that they bust their, they work their ass off every day for us, and so we need to take our health very seriously, and I think I took that for granted. So anyway, let us know what you feel you took for granted in this before the quarantine, and what do you appreciate more now? Okay, everyone's chatting coming on. How are you? Yes, I'm good. How are you doing, George? Yeah, fine. Coronavirus view tips. Obviously, the tips are very simple. Stay at home and wash your hands, and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. And if you have some hand sanitizer, use that. What we've started doing is taking our shoes off when we go out for a little walk, and making sure that we dip that in also into some disinfectant, because you never know where this horrible coronavirus is coming from and where it's attaching to your clothes. So yeah, so that's it. Anyway, hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum. I miss my spin class at core for sure. Yeah, I bet you do. I think everyone's missing all their exercise and their classes. So I think that's another example of going out for lunch, and we took all that for granted. And I think what this has given us is a time to pause and reflect and see, what did we take for granted in our previous life, and what should we be appreciating more now? I think one thing is that I appreciate more is my freedom. I think the fact is that I am feeling slightly constrained and imprisoned in my home, and I think I took for granted my freedom, my liberty, my ability to go anywhere at any time around the city. And I think I took that for granted. So what have you been taking for granted? Let me know. And what do you appreciate now? American Pakistani mom vlog says, lots of Muslim Americans also dying, my friend. 38 died. So 38-year-old died, and left her two children alone. Goodness gracious. Yeah, America is looking very serious at the moment. I think the biggest number of cases are coming now from America. So it's not good there. And I think that's partly the government's failing. I don't want to get too political, but I think the current president wasn't very on it from the beginning, and tried to downplay the severity and the seriousness of the coronavirus. And was dismissing a lot of the expert opinion that was coming in from his intelligence community and his healthcare community. And I think as a result, I think America is going to have a lot of cases in the coming weeks. Let's pray for them. Let's hope they get better, and especially all my Pakistani diaspora out there, please look after yourself. Ozaja, why wash hands if you're at home? Yeah, well, that's a good point. First of all, what I would say is you never know if, let's say, you've got some groceries from outside, okay, and you've touched them, or you've touched a kinu that's been touched by somebody. You never know what you're picking up. So I think it's, even if you're at home, you should still be washing your hands regularly. Just because you're at home, it doesn't make you insusceptible to catching the coronavirus, because there are carriers that will be coming in on, whether it be your car, whether it be your groceries, whether it be anything that's coming into your house, your water bottles. Those are all things that potentially could be carrying it. So you need to be washing your hands regularly. And anyway, it's a good hygienic thing to do, to wash your hands. So I hope everyone is doing that. Let's go to the, sorry guys, that seems to happen every day at time. Hi George, what are you doing in quarantine? Good question. I've talked a lot about this already, but obviously I'm fairly busy in quarantine because at the moment, I'm working in the mornings and Kieran works in the afternoons, and then I'm looking after the children when she's at work, and she's looking after the children when I'm at work. And in addition to that, we've got all the additional chores that we have to do that previously we had the fortuitous we were lucky to have domestic staff to do a lot of our chores, and unfortunately now that has fallen on us. So that's keeping me very busy, looking after the children and doing the chores around the house. And then if I have any energy after that, I'm reading, or I'm watching a bit of television, and playing some board games with Fez, and also playing some cards. So that's what I'm doing to keep myself occupied, but I'm fairly busy actually. I don't have as much downtime as I imagined I would in quarantine. What are you guys doing? Again, today's topic for everyone who's just joined is, what did you take for granted in your previous life, and what do you appreciate now? For those on Instagram, if you want to be a part of this discussion, please send a request and I can try and add you into this discussion. But continue sending your messages on YouTube or on Instagram, wherever you are, and I'll try and incorporate that into our live discussion at home. Right, George, Corona tip, stay at home. Yeah, obviously stay at home. That is the number one tip. Afsha Begum, bahut shukriya, but lekin mera Urdu kharab hai and I can't read Urdu. ठीक है? So please, could you send that message dobara Angrezi, or at least you can write it in Urdu, but at least write it in Roman Urdu. Sorry, I can't read the Arabic script. Okay, what else is everyone saying? Join. Are the rural areas of Pakistan being made aware through any schemes via the government? I don't know. I know that Punjab has had more cases now than Sindh. I think there are some very good videos. I posted a video on my social media that was made by a friend of mine called Fassi Zaka, and that had a very Awami appeal to it about the need to wash your hands and to stay indoors. So there are some good communications being done by people in order to communicate with the Awam in the rural areas. So let's hope the message is hitting home. Do you think the government was complacent in not sealing the Iranian border on time and allowing the pilgrims to re-enter Pakistan? Look, whether they were or weren't, I think the priority is to do the best we can. Perhaps they were slightly late, But I think that that's the wrong question. We should be focusing on getting people better and getting people, the best possible healthcare that they can. We're now seeing the Expo Center in Karachi has been sort of turned into a field hospital. And I think the Sindh government have been very proactive, more so than the federal government and the Punjabi government and the KPK government. So I think the Sindh government has been leading the way a bit today. As you know, guys, I'm taking a more comfortable seat to have this discussion. So we're talking about what are you grateful for? I think another thing I'm grateful, one thing I took for granted is friends. We have a lot of friends, and I'm missing them desperately. And even though we're connecting on line, it's not the same as that sort of having them in the room together. And so I think I took my friends for granted, and I'm appreciating them more now. As a result, I appreciate the great friends I have, but I'm missing them desperately. So the one thing I took for granted was friends. So what did you take for granted before the coronavirus struck and we were all in quarantine? And what do you appreciate more now? Let me know in the comment section. Oops, there's a mosquito. Let me know. Looking nice. Oh, thank you, Abdul. Thank you. She wonders if there's any way to talk to you. Yes, she can talk to me now. Please. Stay safe, George. Love from Sweden. Hi, Hania. Hi. So, hello, everyone from Sweden. I hope you're staying safe as well, Hania. What are you doing to stay safe? How are you coping? What's it like for all my international viewers? What's it like there in Sweden or the US or the UK or wherever you're watching from? How has it been there? What is the government doing enough? Is it different being in a colder climate than being here in Pakistan? What are the problems? What are the issues that you're facing? Let me know. Life kisi chal rahi hai. Yeah, that's true. Name I don't know. So we're taking life for granted. Yeah, I think this is again something that I do feel that the great thing about this experience is that it has allowed us to take time to pause and reflect about our lives, about what we want in our lives. Were we leading the lives we wanted? And I think we should use this time in a bit like the way we use Ramzan, to have a time to sort of pause and reflect and think, is this the way we want to go with our lives? Is this who we want to be? Is this the path we want to be on? And I think that's something I'm appreciating about being in quarantine, is that I'm at least having the time for that inner dialogue, and thinking, well, where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? And perhaps some of the things that we focused on in our old lives pre-corona were stupid and irrelevant and unnecessary. And I think now we have the opportunity to change our direction and change our focus and focus on what's really important. Okay, so comments, please. Hello from Multan. Assalamu alaikum from Multan. Kaise aap? Aap khairiyat se? We are pacing our lives, thinking we were in total control. Allah sent us the reality to ponder upon. Yeah, I think we all had such busy lives before, and the sort of arrogance that we sometimes had that we were in control. And the reality is there is very little that we do control in our lives. And I think it's important to remember that we are just, people that are on this earth for a short time, and we don't have as much control as we think. Abra, hello from Scotland. Hello, Abra. Kaise aap? How are you? Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Yeah, good, thanks. Okay. Hanya said Sweden has had a very less strict approach, but people are careful and quarantine is an option, but not possible for healthcare workers. So schools are open. Yeah, I think the UK, they're having that schools are open for frontline workers, the children of frontline workers. So those who are working in hospitals and other areas can send their children to school, but for everybody else, they have to be at home. We were pacing our lives, thinking we're into. Yeah, I've read that one. The reality is struck, George. We are simply part of a plan. Interesting perspective. Interesting perspective. So, hi guys. What about people on Instagram? Does anyone want to join me for a discussion on Instagram? Yeah, only essential workplaces are open in the UK. Yeah. I live here in Canada, and essential services are running. Rest have gone into hibernation until COVID-19 really is over. The question is, when is that? We don't have a clue. How long are we going to be in quarantine for? Weeks? Months? Years? I don't know. I'm having time of my life. I'm at home with my 3 little kids. I've been always stuck in my office, never had a thing called long leave, so I'm having a very good time. So Saad, that's really interesting, and I think we touched upon this a little bit yesterday, how for fathers, this is a great opportunity to really, and I presume you're Saad, you're a father, because yeah, you are. You talked about 3 little kids. How you can reconnect with your children, because often fathers are busy with work and they perhaps see their children, at the weekends or on Sundays, and now they're at home, and so they have a great opportunity to really connect and forge strong relationships with your children, play games with them, get down to their level and talk with them. So that's something people are appreciating about this current situation. So well done. Thanks, Saad. That's a really interesting point you're mentioning. And I certainly am appreciating the fact that my relationships with my children are getting deeper because I'm spending more time with them. And we're learning to be around each other much more. So yeah, I think that's something we can appreciate about being in quarantine. For those who just joined, the subject today is what did we take for granted in our previous life, BC, before Corona, and what are we appreciating more now? Let me know in the comments section, either on Instagram or on YouTube, because we're going live on both at the moment. And if anyone on Instagram wants to join in for the conversation, please send in a request and we can have a chat online. What other comments have we had? George Meridost, how are you? I'm Metiku Omar. I'm good, thanks. Are you feeling the cabin fever now, Mohammed Shabazz? Slightly, yeah. I'm slightly feeling cabin feverish. I want to get out and just, see something beyond the 4 walls and beyond the little road where I live. We could be in this for months. There isn't a way out at this point. Do you reckon we take it a day at a time? Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Mentally, don't have any expectations. Just take it as a day at a time. And we are going through a storm, and this storm will pass, and there will be sunshine on the other side of the storm, and the rain clouds will pass, and we will get through this. So don't you worry, okay? But yes, that's very good advice, Budshad, is just take it one day at a time. Would love to bring you on my channel using my online interview platform. Let me know if you're up for it. Hey, Budshad, could you, I'll send you my email address and you can email me and perhaps we can connect, and we'd love to do that. I'm just sending you my email now, and let's connect online. And let's just chat and see if we can do that. I'd love to know how you do an online interview platform. Let me know. Can you do that on YouTube? Let me know. Here's my email, okay? I've just sent it to you. So let's do that. Richard Henson, is your wife from the Christian community from Pakistan? No, my wife is from Muslim community from Pakistan. And George, things are worse in UK. Yeah, I think they have been fairly slow on the uptake in the UK. I hope so. Your family in the UK is safe. I need to check in on my mother today. She had a dry cough a couple of days ago, and she decided to do a handstand to prove that she was fit and able still, despite the fact that she turned 75 on Thursday. And so I need to check in on her today when the UK wakes up in a bit. Well, some of you are already up, but yeah. Yeah. I love the way you have blended in the Pakistani community. That's the thing. We are all one community: Christians, Muslims, Hindus, and we are all Pakistanis. So I think we place too much focus on religion rather than on people in this country. We need to focus on the people, not on their religious beliefs. Okay. Oh, someone is sending a request to be in your my live video. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna just go. I will. Adi, right? Okay, Adi. I'm just going to get to you in a second. I'm just going to go through some of the comments on Instagram because I've had them. Are you in the UK or Pakistan? Yeah, I'm in Pakistan. George, what are your views regarding Kashmir issue? Obviously, that's a very difficult, very complex topic, but to simplify it, the situation in Kashmir is very, very bad and very intolerable for the poor Kashmiris, and it needs to be resolved, and we need to have a resolution to bring peace to Kashmir for the Kashmiris. I think both Pakistan and India need to put themselves aside and put the feelings and the views of the Kashmiri people in the forefront. I think we can now appreciate time spending with our family at home. Yeah, that's a good point. We should be appreciating more time with our family. I would have joined you in a discussion, but my boss will be watching on the CCTV at work. Abra, what work? We're on quarantine, we're on lockdown. What's your boss going to do? Come on, join me. The guy in your profile pic, who is he? That's me. How rude. Perhaps a younger version of me, but that's me. Cook chicken biryani. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be doing that on Monday. I'm going to cook a biryani. Most likely months, given Wuhan was under lockdown for the same length of time. Oh, yeah. I'm on my way to work now. News agents. Oh, good luck, Abra. You can still chat to the news agents. You're a blogger here in Pakistan? Well, I'm a broadcaster. My background is in the media, but I'm now embracing new technology and new media and YouTube. Yes. Yeah, only essential workplaces are open in the UK, Abra is saying. Yeah, thank you. Right, let's go and see if I can incorporate my friend. Did you decide to start a YouTube channel? Yes, please check out my YouTube channel. For those who aren't on it now, it is YouTube/Desi George. That's DESIGEORGE. And did you expect it to go this far? Well, I'm loving it. I'm loving having that connectivity with all Mera Desi Dosts out there at the moment. Under Parata? Question mark, question mark. I love under Parata. What's your go-to lockdown breakfast? My go-to lockdown breakfast is scrambled eggs. But I love under Parata, but I can't have them every day because I would put on too much weight. Mera pet bahut mota hai. Theek hai na? So I don't want to have any more under Parata because I'd be very, very fat. I'd like to invite you to my home in Scotland next time you visit the UK. Oh, that was very kind. Now let's see if I can. We're all humans first, I think. Quite right. I'm going to add Adi now. So let's see what Adi. Let's go live with Adi. Hi, Adi. And I'm just going to add Adi here so that you guys can all see. Hi, Adi.
Hello. Hi, George. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good.
I'm live from Saudi Arabia right now.
You're live from Saudi Arabia. Okay. And how are you coping in Saudi?
Well, it's a hard time, to be honest. There is no business, no work. And there is a curfew after 7 at evening and till 6 in the morning.
Right.
So at that time, if you go outside and police catch you, you have a fine of 10,000 real, which equals to 420,000 rupees.
420.
And if they catch you again, if they catch you again, the fine is double and you're going to jail.
Goodness, that's very strict, isn't it? Yeah, that is.
It's very strict. And in three cities, the curfew starts from 3 p.m. Makkah, Medina, and Riyadh. The curfew starts from 3 p.m.
So Mecca and Medina.
Take everything and go back to home.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
So where are you? You're in Riyadh.
I'm in Jeddah.
Jeddah. Okay. So your curfew starts at what time?
7 o'clock.
Okay. So how are you keeping yourself mentally strong and positive and keeping yourself going at this time?
Well, to be honest, we all pray 5 times. So after Isha, I sleep and I wake up at 4 in the morning. So at 6, the curfew ends. So the curfew timing is my sleeping timing now.
Right.
And the daytime, there is no work. So like right now, I'm watching the movie Dr. Dolittle. And sometimes I play games, CSGO.
Yeah. As long as you don't start to think, that you can talk to animals, because after a while, I saw a very funny meme that said, if you start to, it's absolutely normal if you start to talk to the walls or to the plants in your house, but you might want to visit a doctor if they start talking back to you. So.
Absolutely right.
Anyway, well,
what is your daily routine?
Well, I think that's the most important thing, and I think one thing we talked about a lot on this channel, on this daily discussion, is the fact that we need to have a routine. So my daily routine is I wake up at about 6:30. I go for a walk outside because obviously that's a good time. I come back, and by the time I'm back, my daughter is usually up, and we have breakfast. Then I come in and do some work, and I work until about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We then have lunch, and then at which point my wife, Kieran, she goes and does her work, and I look after the children in the afternoon, and I do the remaining chores that are left over. So Kieran does the chores in the morning, I do the chores in the afternoon, because, obviously, without having any domestic staff here, we're having to do everything ourselves, and it's something that again I took for granted in the past, and I'm really appreciating the opportunity to be humble and actually do stuff that I thought was beneath me before. Well, not beneath me, but I didn't do before. But I'm cleaning the toilets, I'm doing the Poocha and the jaru and all of that, and actually, I think that teaches you a life lesson. Life lesson. You never get too big for your boots. Never think you're too big for anything. Be humble and get on with it. So and then by the evening we're pretty exhausted, and by 7 o'clock the little one goes to bed, and the 3 of us collapse in front of the television. Yeah. Have you got family there? Have you got family, or are you on your own?
My family in Karachi. I'm alone here in Saudi Arabia. That's a big disaster for me.
So that must be difficult being on your own, because at least I have Kieran to talk to, as well as obviously you guys online. But at least I have human contact in my house. That must be very tough for you.
Yeah, it is because most of the friends gathering starts after Maghrib, here in Saudi Arabia. So most of the friends are visiting you after Maghrib prayers. Now after Maghrib there is a curfew, so nobody is visiting anyone. In the daytime they're looking for work because the business is halted. It's totally stopped. So whatever small work you are getting, you just grab it. And for one work, there's lots of competition right now. So that's why it's a very disastrous situation here in Saudi Arabia. Even I can understand from Pakistan as well. There will be a very
it's very tough for the day laborers at the moment in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And one thing that I would urge anyone who's in a position to donate, please donate to those charities that are collecting for rations for daily wages, wage earners, because their families are really hurting at the moment. Anyway, it's been lovely. Yeah, sorry, Karen.
Yeah, I would like to say something to you. I was in radio in Pakistan when I was there. I did radio for 13 years. I came here in Saudi Arabia in 2013. And I followed you because we work for the same organization, Geo.
Achha.
You were working for, you were working for George Kabakistan.
George
and I was
Kabakistan,
working for Radio FM.
Achha.
Yeah, I was working for FM 101. So you may remember Geo people like the marketing head, Lucas Peter. You may remember him.
Yes. So आप क्या काम कर रहे हैं अभी?
मैं मार्बल बिजनेस में हूँ. मैं यहाँ पर प्रोजेक्ट्स को देखता हूँ. उसके अंदर मार्बल सेरामिक्स वगैरह, प्रोजेक्ट डिजाइन वगैरह, ये सब मैं देखता हूँ यहाँ पे ना.
अच्छा.
तो हाँ.
Well, really nice chatting to you, and I wish you all the best.
Same here. Pleasure is mine.
Stay strong, and we will get through this together, okay? And I'm online every day at 11 o'clock, so please check in. And even if you don't have anyone else to speak to, you can speak to me.
I'll
okay?
join you for sure, and I'll try to give you some tour of Saudi Arabia as well.
Please do. Okay. Salam. Good hafiz.
Thank you, George.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.
Right. Sorry, guys. Thank you. That was lovely. Lovely speaking to people. I think that's a really interesting point. It must be really tough for people living on their own who are having to go through this, because at least I have, Kieran here to complain to and to get things off my chest. Is anybody watching anyone else living on their own? How are you coping? What are you doing to look after yourselves and keep yourselves sane? We're talking today about what we took for granted in our lives BC, before Corona, and what we're appreciating more now than we did before. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go to the question, to everyone's comments, because we had a long chat there. I hope your Urdu is improving by leaps and bounds. No, it's not. Mera Urdu galat hai. Speak Punjabi. Sirf Punjabi mein janta hoon, galis hai. Theek hai, so I'm not going to speak Punjabi. Your mother will be fine, just a weather change, inshallah. In my opinion, I take my job for granted, but now after COVID-19, when there isn't any salary, I'm really missing it. Yeah, I think we all took our job for granted. I think I took not just my job for granted, I took going to the office for granted, because it's nice actually to get away from the house every day and to see your office colleagues and your office friends and spend time there and not be just stuck in house all day. So I think I took the physical space of the office for granted. And I'm appreciating that more now. George, did you write any book? No, but I'm thinking of writing a book. So I'll let you know once I have, okay? Email sent. Looking forward to a great chat. Thanks, Badchat. I will be in touch, okay? Probably after this. I hope your Urdu is improving by leaps and bounds. No, as I said. George, have you been to Islamabad? Yes, I used to go to Islamabad fairly regularly for work. And it is a beautiful, beautiful city, lots of greenery, and I love going on the trails in the muddy hills. And I used to do that early in the morning. Hello, George. Hi, Mohammed Jamil. I hope you all know a little bit of farming skills. At least we're able to grow some potatoes. Yeah, I think, hypothetically speaking, yes. I used to do a little bit of gardening back in the UK. I don't do any here, but I think we all need to start doing it now. At least grow some herbs in your balcony, your coriander and your pedina and those kind of things. Recommend any good movie? Well, Umar, if you haven't seen Godfather, I don't know how old are you, Umar, but if you're over 16, go and watch The Godfather Parts 1 and 2. Those are the great movies. By the way, we also took housemaids for granted. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. Domestic staff. I've been doing jaru, Poocha, and yesterday I hung washing clothes on the wire for to dry. We don't have a dryer. Yeah, I was doing Poocha yesterday, and it is quite a workout. I was sweating like a pig. Do pigs sweat? I don't know. Anyway, yesterday I saw Gulliver Travels, and my wife goes to me that Gulliver Travels looks like George. Thank you. Who is that? Was that Jack Black? Oh dear. Who's your favorite cricketer? My favorite cricketer, बहुत मुश्किल सवाल. Probably, I used to like David Gower a lot, England cricketer. And Pakistani, obviously, you can't get better than, well, for batting, Javed Mirdad, and for bowling, Wasim Bai. I have to say that because Shanir is a friend, and Wasim will get angry with me if I don't say he's my favorite cricketer. But no, yeah, Wasim and Javed Mirdad for Pakistan, and David Gower and for the English cricketers. Moving to Canada 2 decades ago was fairly eye-opening. Everything we took for granted in Pakistan became a luxury here in no time. Yeah, it's amazing how we suddenly change and become used to something that we've taken for, that we think is a luxury, we take for granted. That's how we become spoiled. And I think this is waking us up from that stupor, and we're no longer feeling so spoiled anymore, and that's probably a good thing. I mean, I was spoiled with domestic staff. People are spoiled with the fact that they can just go on and get on public transport or go into a car and go to their place of work. And now we take all that for granted in the past, and now we're appreciating it. George, do you like cricket? I didn't used to like cricket, but I sort of have learned to love it in Pakistan. I love the 2020 game. I think I was bored because cricket in the UK is very traditional and very Torasa boarding here, you know, test match cricket and the MCC and Lords and passion and energy. So I loved watching cricket at the PSL. And that was probably the last thing I did before I quarantined myself. I went to a PSL match with Shanira, and it was a lot of fun. I probably shouldn't have gone had I known how serious the COVID-19 situation was, but I enjoyed it a lot. Omar, I'm 32. Good. Yes, that was Jack Black. Okay, please let me know when you launch your book. Okay, I will do. Which society is good, England or Pakistan? That's a false equivalence. They're both good. मेरे ख्याल में England बहुत अच्छा है or Pakistan बहुत अच्छा है. They both have their good points and they both have their bad points. Okay, I'd love to read your autobiography. Okay, that's something perhaps I'll have time to write in this current situation. George, hello. Do you come to Multan? Have I come to Multan? I have been to Multan, but very long time ago. I'd love to go back. Okay, so inshallah, coronavirus quarantine ke baad mein ja rahe hain. ठीक है ना, Ali? Will you host me if I come? How old are you? 42. Hello, fellow human. Hello, fellow human. I hope you are a human. Zirili Dame. Are you a human? I don't like cricket exactly. Very boring sometimes. I like football and women's tennis. Oh, I like tennis as well. That's a good game. Okay, let's go to Insta. I have a few friends that I keep postponing meeting up with, thinking they're around. So we'll plan something one of these days. Now I don't know when I'll be able to see them. Yeah, we took friends for granted, didn't we? Hi, Furia, Fifi. Do you want to? Hey, Fifi, Fifi, how is she related to me? My wife's cousin's daughter has just joined. If you want to have a chat, come and send a request because I'm taking requests, and we can have a chat online. Watching from Canada, this is Riman Sundas. Hi, Riman. Okay, took being able to move about without fear or care for granted. Now I realize that even that is something to be thankful for. Yeah, that's absolutely true. We took for the fact that we could just pop to the shops, we could nip here, we could nip there, we could jump into the car, or we could go on public transport and go anywhere. And we took that all for granted, didn't we? And I think newfound appreciation for freedom, or the freedom that we had. It's high time to understand the value of our surroundings. Yes, I think that's another thing, is we should appreciate where we are and our homes. I've certainly appreciated my home a lot more. being stuck inside it. And I'm grateful that I have this wonderful home that I live in. And I would be going mad if I was living in a one-bedroom apartment. And I know that a lot of people do live in small surroundings and small confines, and it must be very difficult for them. So I'm grateful for that. Okay, what is everyone else saying? Any advice for bachelors like me living alone overseas? I can't really say, but there's a lot of things online, put it that way. Right, how are you today? I'm good, thanks. Right, so we're oops, what have I done? What have I done? Oops, sorry. I've switched it. There you go, switch back. We're talking today about how, what did we take for granted in our previous life before Corona, and what do we appreciate more now? Message me in on YouTube or on Instagram. I'm going live on both at the moment, and we can have a discussion. Zarili Dame's parents. I lost my father, and now I can't even meet my mum. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Zarila. Yeah, Zarili. Yeah, it's we need to appreciate them because they are the people that brought us into this world, and you know, we need to appreciate the value that they've given us in shaping us and shaping who we are. And it must be really hard if you can't even be in touch with your mum and you can't meet her. But inshallah, we will pass through this stage, and Zarili, one day you will meet your mum again, and it will be joyous and filled with a lot of love and fun. So don't just stick in there. Take it one day at a time. Sadia, how are you today? I'm okay. I'm good. I went for my morning walk, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized, and I want to meet after Corona, inshallah. I want to meet after Corona. I'll call you, please, to Multan and enjoy our hospitality. I would love that. Right. Thank you, George. Do you know what is shushka? No. What is shushka? Tell me what is shushka. I know what shisha is. I don't know what shushka is. George, I want to meet you, inshallah, one of these days. We can't meet anyone at the moment, so Corona Kabad will meet. How are you? I'm good, thanks. I can't wait to be behind the wheel again. Yes, I'm missing driving too. Yeah, just that freedom of getting in the car and just driving around. It's a pleasure seeing your live stream. Thanks, Kamran. Which car do you drive? I drive a Toyota Corolla. Everyone keep safe and stay indoors. Yes, quite right, Kamran. Everyone should keep safe. Shushka means show off. Okay, am I a show off? Is that what you're saying? I recommend please watching Searching. It's a very good movie after a very long time, because I think sometimes Hollywood has forgotten to make good movies. Yeah, I think actually a lot of good movies coming on Netflix. There was a really good movie with Kevin Costner that I watched a few days back, and he's basically on the hunt for Bonnie and Clyde. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a good film. It was a good old-fashioned film, you know, not all these CGI and rubbish that do that. If Wasim is up for it. Automobile industry in Pakistan has changed over the years. Yes, it has. Do live streaming with Shanira Akram. Yeah, I need to contact Shanira. Let me do that, and we'll see if we can set that up. Now we've got good import cars in Pakistan. Yeah. Okay, does anyone want to chat with me? No one is chatting with me. Fifi, do you want to chat with me? Any advice for bachelors like who? Okay, it's sadly true that once all this is over, inshallah, we will go back to taking everything for granted again. Well, perhaps we won't. Perhaps I think things will change. I'm more positive than you on that. I think we will change. I think we will start to appreciate the little things more in life, because I think we have been going at a breakneck speed in our lives in the last 20, 30 years, and I think hopefully this will force us to slow down a bit. Once Corona ends, I'm literally going out with every friend I have. Good. Please do that. Okay, Rizvana and Fifi have sent a request to be in your live video. Let's do it. Okay, Fifi, I'm getting for you. We all love you and we're pleased to meet you, inshallah, in Lahore when things get better, inshallah. Hi, Fifi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing okay, yeah. I'm surviving. How are you coping?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go.
Good.
You're gonna go out and meet all your friends as soon as this is over.
Sure, yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah.
I'm literally going crazy over here.
Well, the question is, do you have a routine? I think that's really important. Do you have a daily routine that you do?
Right now?
Yeah, because if you think it's like Etwa, her, Rosanna, and you're in your pajamas still, you are gonna go crazy because you're gonna forget which day.
I'm not.
Okay, because you're gonna forget which day it is, and you're going to go crazy. I think the important thing is to have a routine and have like a set routine. Yeah.
I mean, I actually don't have a set routine, but yeah, I do have like a few things that I do every day. I have to. I've been like weaving, sort of, making that hand woven fabric, sort of going out and like just going on my roof working and then like doing some like stuff at home.
Right.
Trying to keep myself busy.
Good.
And then also binge watching.
And you're binge watching. And what about exercise? Are you getting to do any exercise and keep yourself physically active?
Not much, but yeah, when I do actually weave, sort of, that is sort of exercise when I go up to the roof and just like weave. Weaving is like physical sort of work when you're weaving the cloth. Right. So it's like pedaling like a cycle.
So what are you weaving? What are you making?
I'm making cushion covers.
Acha.
Yeah.
Cushion.
For my mom's cushions.
Acha.
For the drawing room.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good proactive thing to be doing. That's great. And what about, are you having to do some of the household chores? Are you having to do jaru and Poocha and all of that?
No, but yeah, I have to cook sometimes.
Good. Yeah, I'm having to cook.
Yeah.
And actually, that's just the other thing. I'm really enjoying having, and that's one thing that I am appreciating, is the fact that I'm being forced to go back into the kitchen again and cook. And it's making me cook things that I really want to cook as well. So previously, you eat the dal chawal and you eat the halim and you eat whatever's made for you in the house. But here you can now decide what you want, and you can go and I'm having much healthier food. So I'm having less chawal at lunchtime. And as a result, I'm feeling much more energetic in the afternoon, because I think chawal used to make me sluggish and tired in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good. Great. Yeah. Well, look after yourself and send my salams and love to your family. And
I will.
And I hope they're all looking after themselves. I hope your grandmother is looking after herself.
Yeah,
because
she is. Hopefully, we are.
Are you in touch with her?
Yeah. She lives with us.
Yeah.
So she's with us right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's good.
Cool.
Well,
okay.
Good.
Okay, good. Okay, well, look after yourself. Lovely chatting to you, and we'll speak soon. Okay, bye.
Later. Bye.
So that was Fifi. Lovely speaking to her. Right. What else is everyone saying? Don't Zoom. Okay. Okay, we all love you and we'll please meet you, inshallah, in Lahore. Things get better. One thing I observed, our youth don't want to study. That's why we didn't progress like Western countries. Our current or past generation hesitate to study technical subjects. We lack good doctors and scientists. I disagree, actually. Chesh, freak. Actually, I think the youth here is very hardworking, and I think they study a lot of the maths, the STEM subjects, science, technology, and maths. And in fact, I think they don't study enough liberal arts subjects in this country. And I think liberal arts teaches a very different set of skills that the sciences and the maths teach. And I think we need to be teaching more of that, because that teaches skills such as good analytical skills and being able to weigh up options and view different points of view. I think the biggest failing in this country is trust. I think it has nothing to do with our students not studying hard enough. I think the problem we have in this country is trust. We don't trust people, and no one trusts each other. And as a result, nothing can function properly in a society unless we have trust. And that starts from government all the way down. I don't trust my person to turn up on time. That is the biggest issue facing Pakistan, is a lack of trust. We need to be honest with each other, and we need to say what we're going to do and do it. Anyway, changing that's going off on a tangent there. Hi, George. I live in Austria, and my family lives in Lahore. I can't cook, but now I have to cook and wash dishes. I must say I took McDonald's for granted. Oh, Mary Jan, Umar, please, you shouldn't be eating so much McDonald's. But I'm glad you're cooking now. Perhaps you will start to enjoy cooking. I think it can be very therapeutic at times to just get into the kitchen and cook something and produce something that you're then going to eat and sit down and break bread with your family. You will forget every movie you watched in the last 3 years, so do watch Searching. Okay, I will watch Searching, Saad. He's on me to watch Searching. Okay. What else? Okay, cure is eat fruits or take vitamins and healthy food to keep your immune system strong. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Just hope our nation takes care for serious fight against corona. We need to muster all the assets and logistics and go on an offensive against this damn virus. I agree, Ali. Yeah, and I think we are. Thanks, George. Take care. Allah Hafiz, Allah Hafiz. Things that changed our mind are shifting to Pakistan. I don't quite follow that. There is 104,849 cases in the US. Goodness. We're all doing jaru and Poocha for our rooms and taking turns in cleaning the rest of the house, plus taking turns in doing dishes and cooking too. Oh, well done, Zarili. I'm glad you're doing that. Good routine these days is, if you don't have much to do, would be to spend time over social media at home and fight against corona by providing out useful suggestions and input to our government. Well, I mean, it is simply staying at home, washing your hands. That is all we can do at the moment. And what we want is not to become another statistic for our doctors and our nurses to look after us. So all we need to do is stay at home and wash our hands. That is as simple as it can be. And so I recommend everyone do that. And leave it to the medical experts to do that. Rizvan Tugu 95 and Pfizer Mohammed sent a request. Okay, I will. Okay, let's try Rizvan Pfizer. Let's see. Hi George, we're your fans from Bahrain. My son is 9 years old and he loves your show because he speaks Urdu like you. Oh dear, tutti putti Urdu. Hey George. Hi, I love your program, George Pakistan. Thank you. Okay, no, I think someone's gone off. Go live with Rizvan. Let's see what Rizvan has to say.
Oh, hi George, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Rizvan. Kaise aap?
Walaikum salam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Right now I'm here in the Netherlands, in The Hague.
Acha, you're in The Hague?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock
Oh, wow.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning here. So I actually live alone. I'm a student here.
Okay.
So yeah, you know, when you live alone, you're all by yourself. So things get a bit more complicated, but yeah, still learning.
Well, actually, I was just speaking to another gentleman from Saudi Arabia who's there also alone for work. So what are you doing? Because it must be a huge mental battle for you at the moment, because at least I have my wife to talk to and the kids to keep me distracted, but it must be really difficult for you. How are you coping?
I mean, yeah, it is actually, but luckily I have some work from university to keep myself busy. I've got a few assignments and, a few more presentations that I have to take care of. But one good thing about this whole Corona thing is, because before this whole thing, I had so many classes and stuff like that. I was too busy, to speak to my parents or to my friends over the phone. But this coronavirus actually gave me some time, to reconnect with many of my older friends, all around the world. Via WhatsApp, Skype, So now you don't have that excuse that you have to go to class or you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So now you're at home, and it gives you that chance to reconnect with old friends. I mean, that's one positive I could take out of this all this mess.
Absolutely, and I've done exactly the same, because when we were living our busy lives before, we used to think, no, they're going to be busy, they're going to be at work, or they're going to be out. I'm not going to call them. And now you know that they're going to be at home and that they have all the time in the world to chat. And so I've connected with friends in New Zealand. I've connected with friends back in London. And it's been a great opportunity to reconnect with not just your everyday friends, but your old friends. Yeah.
Exactly.
Great.
And I've also learned to cook a bit and, stuff like that, like that's very important for bachelors. So
yeah. Okay, I'm going to put a few easy recipes on online after this, Tika. So,
sure, that would be really helpful.
So I'll give you some easy recipes. I mean, when I was a student, pasta was the easiest thing. Pasta with like a white sauce or a pasta and a tomato sauce, and you can make some really good dishes. And the other thing is do batch cooking. So try and cook like 2 or 3 batches. So, and if you can freeze it, that's even better. So if you did like a spaghetti bolognese with a beef mince, and you can freeze some of that meat afterwards, and then you have it done. So you don't have to constantly be cooking as well.
True. By the way, I have really fond memories of watching George Ka Pakistan, with my family back in the early 2000s.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Really, really fond memories. I remember, I have very vivid memories of sitting with my parents, and watching that TV show and seeing you, guide us through parts of Pakistan, which even I haven't seen, Those were really good times, I really fondly remember.
Well, inshallah, when this is over, you come and you're done with your studies, come back to Pakistan. Perhaps we can do a trip up north and go and see the rest of Pakistan. Yeah. Have you traveled much in Pakistan?
Unfortunately, I never lived there, actually. I'm born and raised in Saudi Arabia.
Acha.
So, I mean, of course, my parents come from there. They come from Muzaffarabad in Azad Kashmir.
Acha.
I've never lived there, but I've traveled a bit, whenever we used to go for our holidays. But, unfortunately, I haven't traveled as much as I would have liked.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying international relations and diplomacy. I mean, I haven't planned anything much to be honest, but I mean, to be a diplomat in Pakistan, it takes a lot. There's a lot of bureaucratic stuff you have to go through, but I'm more interested in sort of being an academic.
Okay, great. Well,
by the way, you mind if I throw a random suggestion at you?
Sure.
I mean, are you following these guys, like Drew Brinsky and all these travel bloggers on YouTube, on Twitter? I'm sure you've heard of them, right?
Yeah, I'm following some of them. I'm following Eva and a few others. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember previously you actually mentioned that the reason you can't do George Ka Pakistan season 2 is because the television channels or all these, they don't have enough the budget, or they're not interested in this kind of content anymore. So I would suggest you that you could probably think of doing something more independent, something on YouTube or something on social media. It doesn't take much effort. All you need is to have a good camera, a good video editor, a good cameraman, perhaps, stuff like that. And if you could do something like that more independently, and I don't think there's any other Western or any other Englishman who knows Pakistan better than you. So
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. Let's see if I can go back to live. Oh, I think it finished after an hour. That's why. Okay, guys. Sorry. I will. Thanks for that. That was an interesting discussion. Okay, so what is everyone else chatting about here? Thanks, George. Take care. Allah Hafiz. We're all do Jaru Poocha. Yes, a good routine these days. If you don't have much to do, spend time on social media. Yep. Yes, we do need such liberal arts, but in my opinion, our system lacks compatibility with the rest of this world, which is the problem. We're getting obsolete. Hi, George. My name is Abdullah from Islamabad. Likewise, I'm in a room and it's about 6 days. But today I go outside for purchasing grocery and vegetable stuff. Okay, wearing face mask. Good. Yes, wear the face mask. Where are you? I'm in Karachi. George, it was nice seeing you. Hope to see you again. Inshallah. Yes. Okay. Well, I will say goodbye, everybody. It's lovely speaking to you all. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Okay. Good office. Bye.